Hi all. Okay, so now we're going to go look at the major reporting command. So if I left click on reports, it takes me to my different reports. If I left click on a report template, if I hover over this X button here, it's going to delete this specific item that I have selected. If I left click on this plus button, which is right next to it, I can create a new report. If I hover over any of these, it's going to tell me exactly what the function will allow me to do. So this little pencil will edit the selected report. This one will run and export the selected reports. So if I left click, you'll see the format over here, the output file, and then when I click finish, it's going to ask me for the date parameters, but we'll get to that in a moment. If I left click on run the selected reports, it's just going to run it on the date range and display it for me in this window on the left hand side. Now, what's nice about it is that if I hover over any of these, it tells me exactly the function that it is going to do. But also I can right click on a report and do exactly the same. So I can export the reports, I can translate it, I can rename it, and I can click save as. There's also this one here called update report query bindings. So this helps fix any problem within the bindings of the report. So the bindings is defined as the connection between the queries that you have saved and the report output. So sometimes when you run a report, you might get an error because maybe you've updated your query in the background. All you need to do is right click here and say update report query bindings, and normally that fixes the problem. So just so that you guys are aware, do not panic if you get an error in the report. This here will actually more than likely fix that. So if I click on this report and I click the pencil, and it takes me into that report, what the structure looks like, where the different dynamic text is, and all that kind of information that I'm looking for. Now on the left hand side here, you'll see at the top, palette is selected. Now the palette is all the different types of functionalities that I can add to my report, the different items, all the report items. If I want to select things, here's some quick tools. This is your main body of design for your report template. Right underneath this, at the top of the pane here at the top, you've got the Data Explorer, so it shows you what different data sets are available and where the data cubes and the report parameters. So this is just a different overview of what it looks like. This Resource Explorer will show you that if you've exported things to the library, like logos, for example, or themes, you can access these things here. But the main one that we use is the palette. Directly underneath this window frame here, you've got these two, outline and reports. So if I click on reports, you'll see here's all my current reports that are available to me, exactly the same buttons. But if I left click on the outline, this shows me the structure of this specific report. So here's my data sets, like all the different queries that are within this report and referencing various aspects or tables. If I have a library, if I have embedded images, they are there. So this allows me to just navigate the report structure. Mainly, most of the time, you're going to have this outline open and you're going to be using this report. So whenever you add something from the report items to your canvas here, it will appear, for example, here in the body underneath the outline. Okay, so now just to give you, so that's just the general structure. But if you look on the right hand side here, this is your report canvas. So this is where everything, the layout is added, and you can then edit the properties, etc. If you want to change this page type, you can go to left click on master page and this will show you the overview of what type of orientation it is, what size paper that you're busy doing. If you want to add header and footers, you can go and change those kind of things here. I don't worry about too much about the script and the XML source side of things. That just makes it a little bit more complex. But these two is what you'll play around with. The master page you'll kind of set once off right at the beginning, and then the layout you get used to navigating between these. Because every time I select, say, for example, this table, I can go and change general properties, the border, I can change the bindings, I can change groups, maps, highlights, etc., etc. But that comes at a later stage. But this is just an overview report commands. Um, thanks.